I'm here, gang. Hey. Woo! Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you guys doing? Let me first of all thank you guys for tuning in. I know I'm a little behind the time, but you guys cannot believe my morning. I'm telling you, you cannot believe my morning. But we are going to get started today. First of all, welcoming you to the MonaLisa Monroe Morning Show. I'm so glad you tuned in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new to the show, it's just simple. You just go get your coffee and your tea, and we'll start off basically saying, hey, it's me in the morning time. Well, actually, it's almost afternoon, but I'm just going to say this. Good morning, and I'm glad you have tuned in to the MonaLisa Monroe Morning Show. So let me explain exactly what happens. What I do is I talk about 3 red hot topics. I conclude, and then I'm out, and I let you go about your merry way. I promise. Um, so yeah. So let me close this window because it looks a little bright. So hold on just a sec. Well, almost. There we go. Now you guys can see me. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so yes, the MonaLisa Monroe Morning Show is a little late this morning, but we still got some red hot topics just for you. I want to first off say welcome to the show. Good morning, good early afternoon, all the above. But let's get right in it, okay? Tell me exactly how you would rate President Joe Biden right now. How would you say he's doing on being the president of the United States? Right now, how do you guys think he's doing? I think he's doing pretty good to just, first of all, have everything that he has to deal with right now. I have to be honest. How is President Joe Biden doing? Good morning, Tanisha. How are you doing? Good morning, girl. When I tell you, good morning, Mike. I was just about to go to the gym, but I saw that your show was starting late. I know. Today has been so crazy, but I'm glad you have tuned in, Mike. The red hot topics today is easy. First of all, I want to know how you think President Joe Biden, is doing so far. Give me a rating between 1 and 10. Let me know how you guys think President Joe Biden is doing this morning. How do you guys think he's doing? To be honest with you, I think he's doing very well considering what he had to deal with. I'm so serious. How do you think he's going? How do you think he's doing? I think he's doing amazing considering what he had to take care of. I mean, just the idea of how Trump left the White House. I'm just surprised he has brains to do what he does. I saw the Time, I think it was a Time magazine, the cover on Time, and it was papers all over the floor, uh presidential papers all over the floor, and President Joe Biden was at the window just doing this number here. Just like, what, where do I start? And I just really think that considering all what is happening at the White House and all, I mean, where do you start? You know, do you start with the pandemic? Do you start with the social unrest? Do you start with the vaccine? I mean, where do you start? And to be honest with you, I think he hit the ground running. I think he did an amazing job so far in his first 100 days. I would rate President Joe Biden right now, I would give him an 8. And I'm giving him an 8 because he's definitely not a 10, because he can't be a 10 right now because there's still some stuff that needs to be done. But considering all what he has done so far, I would have to give him an 8. So you guys, let me know where you think Joe Biden is. I mean, just rate him between 1 and 10. How do you think he's doing? I'm very proud of him. I mean, like I said, considering on what he had to deal with going in, it's crazy. So, welcome to the show, everybody. The MonaLisa Monroe Morning Show. Welcome. Good morning. Grab your coffee and your tea because we do have a lot to talk about. I know we're starting a little late, but we can still get this thing popping. So, question number one, hot topic number one is, how do you think President Joe Biden is doing right now? How would you rate him? What do you think? How do you, good morning, Harold. How are you? An 8, 8 plus, huh? Well, yeah. I mean, good morning, Jackson. Good morning. In my opinion, he's doing an 8. Yeah, you know what? So far, we got 3 8s. I consider him an 8 too. You know, I think he's doing good. Just the thought of him having to do all what he, has to deal with. I think he's doing good. I really, really do. I'm proud of you, President Joe Biden. Way to go. That's red hot topic number one. Red hot topic number two is pretty much vaccine. To take the vaccine or not to take the vaccine? That is the question. Who do you think needs to take this vaccine? I mean, he had a lot to take on. Yes, he had a lot to take on, but he is doing great. Thank you for responding, Harold. Yes, I think he's doing great. Red hot topic number one, how are you rating President Joe Biden? Red hot topic number two, take the vaccine or not to take the vaccine? That is the question. Would you take the vaccine? Who should take the vaccine? Who is, I don't want to say who would be a better case for the vaccine, but You know, they're still trying to get African Americans to consider taking the doggone thing because African Americans are like, look, I'm not taking that vaccine. And you know, they so-called proved that Hank Aaron is that yeah, Hank the baseball player, he didn't die because of the vaccine, is what they said. But man, look, what he died like 2 weeks later. Man, I don't know. Vaccine or no vaccine? That is the question. Who do you think need to be vaccinated first? Or are you even considering to be vaccinated? Have you got your vaccination shot? If you have, how was that? How did that go? That's what I'm talking about. Jackson, if you're over 65, it's a must. Wow. So you would think that the elderly and the folks that, you know, are up in age, the senior silverback citizens should get the vaccine. Hmm. Well, that's interesting. What about the younger people? You know, when the vaccine first came out, this was my whole thing. I was like, give it to the people that's already in the hospital sick. That's what I say. The people that have already came down with it, I'm give them the vaccine. People that haven't got it yet or are getting over it, why would you think that they would need the vaccine? So I'm thinking, by all means, have them take the vaccine. The people that are already in the hospital. I think they need it, right? What do you guys think? Hey, good morning, Dave. Good morning, Donna. Good morning, Dana. How y'all doing? Red hot topic number one. How do you guys think Joe Biden is doing? How do you guys think? What do you guys do? What are you guys rating him as? Are you rating him what? Give him a rating from 1 to 10. I don't know about the vaccine. No vaccine for me. You I know it's crazy. Hey Eric, good morning. Good morning. How are you? Good to see everybody. Oh my goodness. So how are you guys thinking Joe Biden is doing? What are you going to rate him between 1 to 8? How are you rating President Joe Biden right now? That's red hot topic number 1. Good morning. Red hot topic number 2. Vaccine, no vaccine. That is the question. Who do you guys think need to be vaccinated? I had someone say 65 and over, um, which is smart, which is smart. But I'm just thinking, shouldn't we vaccinate the folks that's already sick? I guess I don't know. Would that be like an oxymoron? They're already sick, so why give them the vaccination? I don't know, but I'm thinking give the people in the hospital the stuff. Good morning, Sabrina. How are you? Uncle Joe, you know, instead of President Joe Biden, everybody's calling him Uncle. Uncle Joe, he's doing a solid 8. I agree. I agree. I agree. I think he's doing a solid 8 as well. 8, 8, 8. How do you guys think President Joe Biden is doing? Eric, Donna, Dave, how do you guys think he's doing? I'm giving him a strong 8. I think he's doing an amazing, amazing job. Annette, good morning. I give him an 8 because he is signing off on a lot. I agree. I agree. I agree. I am giving him a solid 8 for sure. Yes, yes, yes. Joe Biden, 1 to 10. Give me the number. Yes. Give me the new. One of my favorite guests. He's going to be grabbing a chair in a minute. Give me the news on President Biden. I am here to get the news from you. Oh my goodness. Well, honey, let me tell you. President Joe Biden has been doing an amazing job. As we stated, he is an 8 solid. We're giving him an 8 because he is signing off on some things that President Trump signed into play, which was cray cray for me. It was definitely insane. He has I don't want to say undone, but he has um, basically wrote a cease and desist on the building of the wall. He has connected some folks at the children that were in cages and all that. He's connected parents and children together. Um, Man, he signed some executive orders that was a private prison can no longer be dealing with the government or getting funds. Yeah, he hit the ground running. I give him a 9. Julius, okay. He is a 9. Well, most of everybody's saying he's an 8, but you say he's a 9. Wow. So why are you giving him such a high rating? I think he's doing an 8. I think he's a solid 8, as we were saying. Yes, Eric, good job. Yeah. So, vaccine or no vaccine? What do you guys think? Wow, you're rating him a 7? I thought he was better than a 7. Wow, tell me why you say 7. Um, Vaccine or no vaccine? Are you considering taking the vaccine? And who do you think should take it? And like I said, they are trying to get the African American community to get this shot. People, they are, I mean, really. Tyler Perry has a special, I forgot what night. I think it's tonight or tomorrow night, but you guys can definitely check your TV channels. But Tyler Perry's doing a special on the vaccine to give African Americans information about it. That's what he says. He said he's not trying to tell people to take it. He's not trying to tell people not to take it. He's just wanting you to have the information just in case you're interested in taking it. So that special is coming on, I think BET Plus, I want to say. Eric, 65 and older plus are frontline workers and all about, yeah, our frontline workers, that I've heard that a lot of times, to give them the vaccine first. Um, Definitely. I'm sorry, Tanisha. What was your comment again? Okay, that sounds good so far. 7? What? Sounds like completion to some bad happenings from the past to me. Yeah, I mean, I agree. But wow, a 7? That's pretty cold, boy. That's pretty cold. So yeah, I mean, um, I think I mean, you guys have to remember what he inherited. I mean, Donald Trump tore up some stuff. I mean, and I want, let me say this again. I do want my Donald Trump supporters to feel free to chime in and tell me what you think. And I know you probably didn't vote for Joe Biden or whatever the case may be, but I mean, really, how do you think he's doing so far? Yes, he's not Donald Trump, but how do you think he's doing? Good morning, Henry. How are you? So, dealing with the vaccine, are you guys going to take it? Who do you think should take it? And I had someone say frontline workers. I agree. I give him a darn 10 after Trump. I'd give Mickey Mouse a 10. Wow. I mean, taking all of that in consideration, and I know you did, he had a lot to do. I mean, think about it. He's got to deal with the pandemic. He's got to deal with social unrest, social justice. He's got to deal with unemployment. He's got to deal with climate change. I mean, and I stated this before, I think a couple of shows prior to, he's not going to be the save all in the first 100 days. He is not going to be the solve all, God of all in 100 days. That's not going to happen. But so far, he has written some policies in and taken some policies out that I would think is going to be huge for us this year. That's what I think. But what do you think? That's what this show is about. What you think? But I had to chime in on that because I mean, a 7, considering all of what he had to do. But okay. But I have to say this: dealing with the vaccine, um, Hank Aaron got sick like 2 weeks after that, and I mean, I was a little skeptic. I'm not even gonna lie. After Hank Aaron was gone, I was like, okay, what in the world? And then they said later it was natural causes. Do you guys believe that? I mean, do you believe that Hank died of natural causes? Hey, Donna, how are you? Biden, with everything he's inherited, I would give him an 8. Another 8 on how he's hit the floor running. Exactly. He's been doing good. He's been doing good considering all what he had to deal with. Good job. Yes, once again I say 8. Charles, he doing 100% of his capability. That's true. Excellence, excellent effort, I would say. In fact, he's moving the ball forward, but some time, after some time, we will see what he's promised. Now, that is true. He promised us quite a bit during the campaign trail. He really did. He promised 40 acres and a mule and then some. So, but what we can do is we can definitely hold him accountable, hold his feet to the fire. Yes, you're doing good, but you said, you know how you promise something to your kids and your kids come back every 15 minutes. Mom, you said, Daddy, you said, that's what we got to do. We have to hold these folks accountable. Now, this isn't one of the red hot topics, but that reminds me of impeachment of Trump. We got to hold these people accountable. I mean, just the idea of the Republican senators and House representatives, all of those folks that have yet to say or do anything against President Trump after what happened at the Capitol, you guys got to double think this thing. Does that not sound crazy to you? Does that not sound like we need to clean house in the house? I'm just saying. Hey, Lyndon, how are you? Good morning. I mean, they don't want to impeach the person that incited the insurrection, that the person that told the rioters to go down. He told them what to do. And you guys know he said it. And you guys supported it. And you got a job representing us? Huh? So when you start thinking about it like that, people, we have to get rid of some folks in office. Now, once again, let me throw this disclaimer in there. If you are a Trump supporter, a rump shaker, if you are a Trump, Eric, you crazy. If you are a Trump supporter, I want you to say something. Tell me something. Because right now, I'm just really shocked. I mean, what's her name? She's a senator and her last name is Green. She talking about killing people. She talking about hanging people. She talking about shooting people. And when I say people, I mean Democrats. I'm talking about Nancy Pelosi. And that's another thing. You're a Republican and you're calling for Pence's head to be hung from a tree. And you're in the office representing people that don't look like you. How you figure? How do you figure that's supposed to work? How is that supposed to work? Let me calm down. I'm screaming. I just don't know. I'm just confused. I'm just really confused. And okay, let me tell you something else I'm confused about. And let me say this too. There is a black person that was in the riot. Okay, he was a Trump supporter, and he was black. That's shocking within itself. But anyway, he was down there, rah rah rah. Hey Jenny, can I hear what's he's done to receive an 8? Not what he signed, but what he has done to change anything to better America. Okay. Well, he first of all, he had to. I'm not ashamed of voting for Trump. Okay, good, 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 good. I don't want you to be ashamed for voting for Trump. Okay, so you said, what has he done? Okay, so first of all, he just got in the office. Okay, just got in there because they were still saying that Trump won. So that's first. Now, considering that he can't really do anything, okay, except sign some executive orders right now, he's been signing executive orders to put some things back right, far as the census goes. He has put families back together that were in cages, and he stopped the building of the wall. He has stopped the funding or the support of private prison, and that's just one out of the many. That's just a few out of the many. So what he signs is basically what he's doing. That's doing something by signing things in place. Um, but let me say this. Since you are a Trump supporter, help me understand this part of it. What did you think about Trump having kids in cages at the border? What did you think about Trump building a wall to keep people, which he said rapists, criminals, all of that, out? Good morning, Belinda. How are you? Good morning, Tanya. How are you? So, hey, girly. So that's what I'm asking. Since you are a Trump supporter, I just wanted to know how you felt, and let me say this too. How do you feel, or how did you feel about the insurrection on January the 6th? Do you think Trump had anything to do with that? So I'm just, yeah. If you can, answer those few questions, because I just really want to understand. And I know quite a few Trump supporters. Don't get me wrong. I know quite a few. And the ones that I know, even themselves said that they were not in support of the insurrection, and they are supporting the impeachment of Trump. And on top of that, and once again, this is not a red hot topic, but let me talk about it a little bit. It's being said that President Trump, Trump wants to start his own party. Yeah, like Democrat, Republican, Independent. He wants to start the Patriot Party. And we're and before you think that he's playing, before you think that there's nothing to that, we're talking about 74 million people that voted for him. So now you have to think that 74 million people just might jump ship and formulate the Patriot Party. So, what does that look like? The Patriot Party is the splitting of the Republican vote. Let's break this all the way down. So, if you split the Republican vote and the Democrats stay strong and the independents stay strong, the Republican Party would now shift to be the minority. And that is what you guys do not, absolutely do not go for, is being a minority. I'm just saying, this is being said by Donald Trump. And if y'all think he's playing, man, you had 4 years to know that Donald Trump is not playing with y'all. Y'all had 4 years. So if he says that he wants to start a separate party outside of the Republican Party, 74 million people, or was it 70? 70 or 74 million, I don't know the number. It's either 70 or 74. Whoever voted for him, if they jump ship and formulate that party, that splits the Republican vote. That means the Democratic Party will now be the majority party of America. Y'all, but woo! Y'all don't sleep on. Do not ever underestimate Donald Trump. Don't ever do it. You are making the biggest mistake of your life if you think that man is playing with you. Okay, back to the those weren't red hot topics, but I just had to throw that out there because it was on the dome. Our school system has failed us. 74 million people voted for a clown. A lot of people feel that way, but we have a Trump supporter that is watching me that I am looking forward to hearing from, and she doesn't feel that way. So, I mean, hey, Obama deported more immigrants in his first time than Trump. Those cages were not a dog pound. Media makes it seem like it. Okay. So he deported way more. All right, cool. But the cages, you're telling me that the media made it look worse than it really is. You got to help me on that one, because the whole idea of separating children from their parents, number one, and then number two, to have them, and I don't care if media is making it look bad or not, you saw children with aluminum cover on the floor of those cages. How can media can only do so much when it comes to photos? Now trust me, African Americans know media can change the narrative any day, anytime, all day. Okay. We know that the media can hijack a narrative and go with it. I know this. But pictures are something else, because pictures give you of image of what's going on, and then you can formulate your own narrative. So for a child to be on the ground with aluminum cover in a cage, my narrative already is that's jacked up. So if you tell me that the floor wasn't that hard, or the aluminum foil or aluminum whatever that was really warm, or the child really wasn't asleep, I don't know what your narrative could be, but that right there is jacked up to me. Period. Point blank. Done. Over. I think that was thrown. But as far as deporting more people, you could be right. I don't know the numbers. You could be right. Um, but it all goes back down to me. It goes back down to separating the children from their parents. I mean, woo, that's huge. And it was some other things too that was just. I mean, the insurrection. The craziness. What did you think that was? A pep rally or protesting? I'm just curious. What did you think that was exactly? Help me on that one. And I'm not condemning you for being a Trump supporter. I just want to know what you thought that was. Okay. All right. So, oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. So the vaccine, we talked about the elderly people being the first, uh, the essential workers being the first to take it. Why do you think African Americans aren't willing to take this vaccine? I know the answer to that, but I just want to know. I just want to know what you guys think. Hey, Crystal, how are you? I just want to know what you guys think. Why do you think African Americans are like, no, thank you. We got this. We gonna drink honey and lemon and tea. We go we gonna do that. We gonna take Theraflu. We gonna do all of that. Don't even worry about it. We got this. Man, I am so curious on who is willing to take the vaccine or if you have already taken the vaccine. And if you have, what are your symptoms? Oh my gosh. I'm me myself, um, I haven't taken it. Um, but hey, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not going to take it because I don't trust it. I'm just gonna say that. Now, number two, I'm hearing that corporate America is going to make folks take that vaccine. I'm gonna tell you this. If my job tells me that it's mandatory, uh, I'm gonna be looking for another job because you're not gonna make me take the vaccine. You're just not gonna do it, and you're not gonna do that. I'm not even gonna let you do that. Charles, we were always used to experiments. Yeah, see, that's number one. Black people are weary of the vaccine simply because we have been tested on, experimented on forever and a day, and we're not going to have it anymore. Generation Z, Generation X, all of that, they're not having it. Everything that probably took place of some years back, these new millennials, Generation Z, Generation X, Generation Y, they are not having it. They're not going to do it. No, you're not going to test on me. You're not going to experiment on me. You're not going to do it unless they want to. You know, I've noticed this that they'll take some stuff dealing with losing weight, hair growth. They'll experiment with all of that. But as far as medicine, they ain't gonna do that. Eric, a lot of African Americans saying how in the world they come up with a vaccine so quickly for COVID and not a cure for you know that part. Jenny, it should be your own choice to get the vaccine or not. I agree. I agree. We are not guinea pigs. I agree. Girlfriend, I agree. We can always come to the table with something in agreement too. And I agree with that. Do not try to make me do anything. Now you start, the mask, the this, the that. Now you trying to make me do some stuff? No, buddy. No, I will wear a mask though. I mean, to go into restaurants, go into the grocery store. If that's policy, I will obey policy when it comes to stuff like that because I want to protect other people. Trust me. But this vaccine now, come on now. Okay, MonaLisa Monroe, come on with your answer. Girlie, what answer? I'm totally serious. My answer is I am personally not going to go down that path. I'm just not. I mean, to be honest with you, I think I had COVID when it first hit in 2020 because I was sick as a dog in February. But I just thought it was the flu because remember, COVID didn't hit hard until like March, April. And February, I was like dog sick. And now when I'm looking back at it, I think that might have been COVID right there. But yeah, me and my husband were sick in February. But hey, praise God, we're over it. Don't get me wrong. But as far as the vaccine, I mean, oh my gosh. And they had a doctor. He was healthy, but nothing was wrong with him. Had the vaccine and he died 2 weeks later. They said Hank, he died of natural causes, but 2 weeks later, I'm like, and it just all depends. And like I said, I know people that have survived COVID, and then I know people that have died. It's just like you don't know. It's like if you've ever played dice, played craps, it's like boom, snake eye or lucky seven or 11 or whatever. It's like playing craps. You just do not know. And that's the whole thing. The whole thing of the virus is like the unknown. You don't know. And that's why it's so, ooh, I just say stay prayed up, child. You know what I'm saying? Just stay prayed up. Good morning, Tamara. How are you? So yeah, I'm like, ooh. But for those who took it, for those who want to take it but can't find it, hey, let me know how everything went. I mean, I want to know, are you feeling okay? They're starting to interview people. Good morning to you. They're starting to interview people that have taken it. And well, I had high fever, this and that, and this and that. Heading to the gym. We'll finish watching in the car. Okay. Will you be back at 10? Yes, 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 sir. Definitely, yes, sir. This was a special day. Trust me, this was a very special day. But yes, I will be back at the regular time next week if God's willing. But yes, I am. I don't know. I heard on the news that once the person took it, they had fever immediately. Because we know better than to trust them with the vaccine, they're trying to act like we don't remember Tuskegee. I know Tuskegee was like reason number one. And then, oh my goodness, since then, how many times have they experimented on us? I mean, think about it. 400 years. 400 years is what 400 years they've been experimenting on. Oh my goodness, teeth. Oh my goodness, they used to take our teeth and put it in the master's mouth if he needed dental teeth. Did y'all know that? Yeah. They would take the teeth of the slave, and if the master had a cavity or needed a filling or something like that, they would put, yeah, teeth in their own head, mouth. Yeah. So we have been experimented on. Matter of fact, right now, I don't know the black woman's name, but her cells are still being used for science dealing with cancer. They're because her cells keep regenerating new cells. And she's been dead forever. But they saved her cells because it was just a miracle. and her cells just continue to formulate new cells, and they use her cells to test cancer trials, medicine. They did a mosquito experiment here in Savannah. What? What is it? Okay, Julius, what are you talking about? What did they do? Let black people get bit by the mosquito to see what happened? Giovanna, good morning. Henrietta Lax, thank you. Miss Davis, thank you. Her sales to this very day helps with the science of trying to find a cure for cancer. George Washington was notorious for that, taking the slave's teeth for his use. Exactly. So if you guys think I'm playing, research, Google. Matter of fact, next month on the show, all next month, we already know it's special. It's the Black History Month. Now, believe me, we live Black history every day. But officially, it's a month that they allowed us to celebrate our culture and heritage. Okay, well, the whole month of February, we're going to be digging down deep, finding out why we are Black Girl Magic and why we are kings and queens and why we are who we are and what make it do what it do when it comes to us. We are just a special people. I mean, that's just the bottom line. I love being Black. I love being who I am, and there's no other like you. So in February, we're going to celebrate the magic of being an African American person, the culture, the music, the song, the knowledge. I mean, everything, everything. And we're going to tap into some inventions that you guys don't know that a Black person invented. And we're not talking about peanut butter. We're not talking about the peanut. We're not talking about penicillin. We're not talking about the same old stuff every year. We're going to really let you know of some information that Black people have invented that you don't know. Like, for instance, when Hidden Figures came out, who would have who would have thought? Who would have thought? But Hidden Figures was so extraordinary to know that that woman helped NASA figure out how to make it in space. I mean, really. And then that same Black woman was also, I think they named a certain section of NASA or something after her. I mean, what? And you're going to find out GPS was invented by a Black person. I mean, just, whew, I can't wait. I mean, just the idea of finding out what all we had a hand in, it's just exciting to me. Excuse me. It's just incredible to know. And I know we're a smart people. I know we've got it going on. I know that. But I'm scrolling on social media and I'm scrolling and I see a Black kid that graduated with a 5.0. How about I didn't even know you could graduate with a 5.0? And I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling, and then I see some more Black kids that have been the debate champions for the last 4 years. I'm scrolling, and I see the first Black deputy, the first Black sheriff, the first Black coach for an NFL team. I'm just like, what? So it's a lot that we can learn. It's a lot that we can know, and just, you know. But to close this thing out, I want you guys to really take heed on what's really going on. Okay, I know we had a change of guard, a shifting of the gears, and just different things happening, and it looks really great. But I want you to really try to hone in on the little things, okay? It's still unrest out there. It's still a lot of injustices out there. It's still a lot of prejudice and discrimination and things like that. I mean, yes, it's a lot of things that's happening good, but it's a lot of things that's happening bad too. I mean, right now, the at the airports, guns. I mean, this is the highest percentage of guns being taken from passengers than ever. Can you believe that? How are you going to take a gun to the airport and don't think you're going to get frisked? You know, how are you going to make it through the metal detector? I'm just trying to understand. TSA. So this is the highest percentage of guns being confiscated from passengers trying to get on a plane. So therefore, people are still scared, concerned, worried about their health and well-being on a plane. So yeah, yeah. And when you're in the spotlight, and Amanda Gorman, she is in the spotlight right now, like big time. And someone needs to sort of take her under their wing that's already been out there for a minute. And I say that because right now everybody's coming after her. Everybody's coming after her. The model agencies, the this, the that. Her book is a bestseller and she hasn't even finished it or wrote it or whatever. A lot of people are coming after her, and I'm getting a little concerned. She was being interviewed by Ellen DeGeneres, and she was just talking and answering questions and things like that. But she said something that Fox News, that CNN, that Yahoo, AOL, Google, they took that one thing and blew it up to the point to where now Michelle Obama and Obama is on blast. This is what she said. She was just answering questions with Ellen, shooting the breeze, and she said, "Yeah," and Michelle was fussing at President Barack. She didn't say president. She said Barack. Michelle was fussing at Barack, telling him not to be hugging everybody, and that was it. That's all she said. She said Michelle was fussing at Barack, telling him not to be hugging everybody because of COVID-19. Let me tell you how that looked in the news the next day. Michelle put Barack on blast. Michelle arguing with Barack at the inauguration. Michelle, oh, it was everywhere. Everywhere. So someone needs to tell Amanda Gorman, when you mention Michelle and Barack, please take heed on what you say, because the media is going to take that little sentence and run with it. So it would behoove you not to say anything about that family. I'm just saying. They're not liked, um, and for a good reason. They had it going on. You didn't hear about, anyway, don't get me started on that. But so yeah, Amanda. And I bet once you read and saw the news the next day, I bet you were like, that ain't what I said. I bet that's what you said. I bet you said, wait a minute. Yeah. So someone needs to coach her. She needs a publicist right now. She needs, yeah, all of that. So she could be supported. That's just my 2 cents. We did have a last minute shout out to everybody who tuned in. Thank you for tuning in so late. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for tuning in this morning, this afternoon, even now, for catching me on the Mona Lisa Monroe Morning Show. Jenny, I be fussing with my mom too. My mom hugs everybody. Yeah, right, right. So, I mean, it was understandable, but the media took it out and ran with it. So, watch what you say, watch what you do, and always be aware of your surroundings. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, this afternoon. I love you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a great one. Bye.